The Catherine Hall Sports Complex in Montego Bay, Jamaica was the location last Saturday for the first ever Red Bull car park drifting competition held in the Western Hemisphere. Imagine that. Sportsmax had the privilege of producing and airing this historic event, with hundreds of fans turning up at the venue to witness a battle of skills among 20 of the best drifters on the island. When the dust settled, it was a native Montegonian, Nicholas Tazz Barnes, who stood alone. Barnes racked up 805 out of a possible 900 points to claim the title after 3 rounds of action. In second was his teacher and mentor, Clive Otti. Now, by virtue of his win, Barnes will represent Jamaica at the World Finals in Saudi Arabia. He joins us to talk about his accomplishment. Tazz, good afternoon. Welcome to the Sports Mag Zone.
Afternoon. Thanks for having me.
All right. So, big field with you on Saturday night, and at the end of it, none as good as you. How did you do it?
Well, we just stuck to the game plan. You know, we know what was expected of us. We know what it would take, and all we did was execute.
And I can tell the viewers that, it's just the way motor racing and when motorsports people speak, they don't say I, they say we, because it's a team behind them. Let's start with the car, Tazz. What kind of car was it, and what did you have to do to it to adapt it to the requirements of Saturday's competition?
Well, it's a 1986 Toyota Corolla. Yeah, it has in a 4AGE engine mated with a 6-speed sequential gearbox. It's a race car, so it's not a street car where we had to do nothing major. We've made some minor changes to make sure we had the best chance going into the event and winning. But it's basically an all-round race car.
Yeah. Of all the money, you got a final score of 805, Tazz. We're looking at videos of you know navigating the course of the various of the three sections, if you want to call it that. Which of them did you have the most difficulties with?
Well, I wouldn't say I had difficulties. It's 20 drivers, 20 competitors, and it's a process of elimination. So after the first round, it gets you to the round of 8, and then to the finals, which would be round of 4. So we know we had to first get into the elimination zone before we even had a chance. So the first one was quite moderate, you know, making it clean and safe, not taking too many risks. And then we went up another notch. I won the following rounds, round of 8 and round of 4.
The fact is, Nicholas, that, well, let me say Tazz, because that's what the streets know you as here in Jamaica. Let me tell you this, the handling of the car over the course. I know that in motorsport, as with most other sports where it is based on routine, that you would have been able to practice under conditions, if not similar, or close to those which you encountered at Catherine Hall. What kind of course did you practice on, and did you manage to lay it out in the way that that course was designed on Saturday?
Well, the Red Bull car park drift, they have a requirement where measurements and stuff like that are given. Our local organizers had started implementing those obstacles to kind of get drivers ready for the big day, which was on Saturday.
Yeah, and how satisfying was it for you to be able to outdo your mentor, Clive Otti?
Well, it wasn't the first time. It isn't the first time. I mean, he's kind of passing it down to me. He is my teacher from age 14 when I made my debut, and basically we knew based on the level we carry the drifting in local and locally, it would definitely be either or. We know it would be neck and neck. And regardless of the outcome, seeing that we know it would be neck and neck between us, we know that we would be traveling. So whether it would be he who is piloting and I'm cheering, or vice versa, I will be piloting and he will be the mechanic.
Right, and how elated are you to represent Jamaica in the World Finals in Saudi Arabia, and have you begun preparations yet?
Well, it's definitely an honor to represent my country, Jamaica, in Saudi Arabia. I mean, it's kind of like a dream come true. we've always waited on things like these international opportunity and for the exposure. You know, in motorsports, it's only a few, it's the minimum, based on average, who really gets to go and support their country internationally. So it's definitely an honor.
Yeah, Tazz, there was rain in Montego Bay over the weekend and conditions were wet. How did that impact your approach and the sort of skill set that you would apply to the job?
Well, definitely we're working based off almost 10 years of experience. I'm only 23 at the moment, but we started young, age 14. We knew we have experience, we have a skill set. It was just a matter of adjustment, you know. We knew the rain, and then the rain came. It started drying. So various parts, some parts of the track were wet, some parts was dry. So we know where we could push and take risks, and we know where was a no-no. And all we did was make the necessary adjustments, and we know what it would take and what is expected, and we did just that.
Yeah. Did that make it more difficult, though? As you just said, there were dry parts and wet parts, which means that even within one particular drive, you had to adjust to different conditions. Did that make it more difficult?
Most definitely, you know, because you would be in the rhythm. For example, on the dry parts, you would attack that part with more aggressive, and then all of a sudden you start to get in the slush, in the gravel and the rain and the water, in which you can't approach there at maximum pace. So you kind of have to scrub the speed off, and not only scrub the speed off, maintain the style and the composure, because that's what the judges are looking for.
Well, Tazz, I want to say congratulations to you. We look forward to what you'll be able to do for yourself and Jamaica in Saudi Arabia. And let's hope you can get in some good runs in between now and competition time.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me. All
right, that's Nicholas Tazz Barnes, man from Montego Bay, who is the king of the drift in Jamaica, having won the Red Bull drift competition in Montego Bay last Saturday, the first time that event is being held anywhere in the Western Hemisphere. And Sportsmax made it a good look.
Yeah, definitely a top quality event to watch. A lot of my friends couldn't wait to get home, George and Lance. They were telling me, I asked them if we would meet up, and they said to me, no, they have to watch this Red Bull event on Sportsmax. And I'm like, yeah, you can watch it on the app like I do. But they would have loved to watch it on TV. So we're happy to see, you know, our viewers enjoying the content. And of course, we hope to have more like this.
I wouldn't say it's just the viewers that enjoyed it. Donald Oliver was on commentary.
I heard he was in the car.
I think he may have been, but he certainly was on commentary and seems to have enjoyed himself immensely.
Yes, indeed. All right.
I feel like George has more to say.
No.
Well, still to come on the Sportsmax Zone, we'll meet two key members of the St. Lucia team preparing for the America's Netball World Cup qualifiers set for October 16 to 22 in Kingston. The latest from La Liga, where Barcelona have now gone top of the table after Real Madrid were held by Osasuna. And next, our English Premier League discussion. The Manchester United coach says he did not play Cristiano Ronaldo in their 6-3 defeat to Manchester City out of respect for the 37-year-old superstar. Stay with us, we'll discuss after the break.